Jafric Radio.
You're listening to Home Sweet Home on Jafric Radio.
Your online radio. The new online radio that makes you happy.
You've been kept down for much too long. Stand up, please. Say I am free. Don't forget you are welcome home. Welcome home.
Jafric Radio.
Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land. All will be happy and gay. Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land.
You're listening to Home Sweet Home.
Always welcome home, welcome home.
Your online radio. The new online radio that makes you happy.
You've been kept down for much too long. Stand up, please, and say I am free. Don't forget you are welcome home, welcome home.
Jafric Radio.
Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land. All will be happy and gay. Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land.
You're listening to Home Sweet Home on Jafric Radio. You're listening to Home Sweet Home on Jafric Radio.
Hello, viewers. This is Jafric Radio Home Sweet Home, your favorite program. We sincerely apologize for the delay of this program. We're supposed to start at 4 o'clock in Japan time, but it's now 5 o'clock. Sorry, it was due to the circumstances beyond our control. And we thank God we are back. Now everything is working well. And we want to take this opportunity to welcome you once again to the Home Sweet Home program. Those of you who are watching us from YouTube, from Facebook, we welcome all of you. Today, we have a very, very great man of God in our midst. And I would like to introduce to you, he is in a person of Pastor Emmanuel Edujemfi, the Master Seed Ministry pastor, the Master Seed Ministry at Ibaraki, Bando City. And my name is Abena Poma Poku Fuku. You can call me Dickness Poma. We have our DJ Clemsy. He is on his seat. And the producer, Mr. Kobe. And we have the executive producer here. With us is the person of Nana Yao Pop. Nana Yao Pop. You can call him Sammy Pop or Popcorn. Yes. Thank you so much. Don't forget that this program is sponsored by Bayside Modeling Agency. Bayside Modeling Agency is at Omotesando in Tokyo. We register foreigners who has talent and those who are models in Japan here. So if you are in Japan and you happen to be such person, please don't hesitate to contact Bayside on our email info@bay-side.biz. And we have a very wonderful staff that they will welcome you. We have another sponsor, and it's Turmeric Hotel. Turmeric Hotel is in Ghana at East Legon in Accra. If you want to spend home away from home, if you want to get a nice treat, just go to Turmeric Hotel and they will make you feel like a prince. You will never regret you did so. Okay, so let me come back to the topic for today. It's a continuation of where we stopped last week. We are discussing submission and love. All that we hear is women submit to your husbands, and husbands love your wife. So the question
This is Jafric
is,
Radio.
if I submit and my husband doesn't love me, what do I do? If I love my wife and she is not submissive, what would I do? Should I divorce her? Or what do I do? That is the question. And I mean, what is this submission? Is it that whatever my husband tells me, whether good or bad, because I have to submit, I say it's okay, I accept it in that way and do whatever he instructed me to do or whatever he wants? Once my duty is to love my wife, is it that everything that my wife do, should I appreciate? Should I show her love in all manners? In fact, we have a man of God with us, and he will tell us more. We are going to talk, okay? So please, if you have not shared with your friends, do your best to share and let your friends and loved ones be part of this wonderful program. And I tell you, you will never regret you did, because we give a lot out. All that we want you to know is that we have only one goal, one motive, one agenda, is that every married couple will enjoy the second heaven on earth. We want peace and harmony in our homes. Okay? So, Pastor, you are welcome.
Hello.
All right. Thank you so much. Those of you who were celebrating your birthday that we couldn't give the opportunity, or we couldn't have the opportunity to meet you, we say happy birthday. Number one is Pastor Osei Enin. He celebrated his birthday yesterday. And we have one of our models, beautiful lady, Ima Barnes family. I think they are twins, right? Yes. So Ima Barnes and is it Stella? Oh, yes. We wish you, Bayside Company Limited wishes you a happy birthday. And we have Kike Yamakawa-san. You are celebrating your birthday. Omedeto gozaimasu. And then Portia Akom Bafo. Hey, Sister Portia. Oh, so today is your birthday, Sister Portia. Okay, Bayside and Jafric Radio is wishing you a very happy birthday. Thank you so much. Papa, asam na daho no. Yesi oba brew ho ase. Oberima do yere. Eti ahobrasie no. Enti zemi kunu ya de bi na nyempo. Mintumi nka. Brew ho ase de obeka se menye bia. Asam na se ade nyina mu. In all things, submit to your own husband. So based on that, if my husband is doing something which is not good, should I submit to everything, whether good or bad? Papa, the ball is now in your court. Today I have Pastor alone.
This is Jafric Radio.
So I think the conversation will be, it will be straight. Straight to Pastor.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. When we say submission in marriage. Submission in marriage, to my understanding,
Okay.
is when the wife voluntarily
Okay.
and willingly chooses to submit herself under the husband leadership
Okay.
or authority.
Okay.
Sɛ yɛka sɛ ahobrɛaseɛ a ɛwɔ awadeɛ mu a ne tie mu ara ne sɛ ɔbaa no ɔdɔ mu ɔpɛ mu ahobrɛaseɛ mu na ɔbɛbrɛ ne ho ase ɛwɔ saa ɛyɛ tumi a onyame de ama ɛyɛ bɛrima biara sɛ ɔno na ɛnhwɛ efie ne so no tie ne yie efiri ne pɛm ɛnyɛ wɔhyɛ so na kyerɛ sɛ yɛte aseɛ yie a deɛ bible no kan yɛbɛwaawa mu ama obiara te nneɛma bi ase ɛfiri sɛ tem biara no sɛ twerɛ no sɛ yɛsua a yɛana yɛkan n'ani nkoara so kakraa bi ba sɛ wokenkan no nyinaa kɔsi ase a wobɛte aseɛ yie na wahunu deɛ na ɛyɛ awurade nam paul so na ɔpɛ sɛ wɔkyerɛ nneɛma mu ɛma yɛte aseɛ nti sɛ wobusa me sɛ ɛyɛ ahobrɛaseɛ anaasɛ submission in marriage na ɛyɛ whereby the wife willingly and voluntarily chooses to submit herself under the husband leadership.
Okay.
This does not mean say the bɛrima no bɛka kyerɛ obiara no fa ɛnyɛ saa na bible no kyerɛ.
So willingly
and voluntarily. Yɛbɛba bɛm nti no for meantime that is the definition
so
of
it is not by force.
It is
voluntarily from your own will.
Yeah, that is how.
And you are submitting under the authority of your husband.
Exactly. That is
so this does not mean that if I work, it's a must that by the end of the month you are a woman. So you have to give all your money to your husband because you have to submit.
No, that is why I said voluntarily.
Okay.
And willingly. It sums everything up.
That's right.
To being a leader doesn't mean you are superior than the wife.
Okay.
We are all pilots. You are on the steer.
Okay.
And also a co-pilot. It means we have the same flight plan.
Okay.
So being on the steer doesn't mean you are more superior than myself.
Okay.
Because we have the same plan. If you get tired, I will take control. And when I take control, it doesn't mean you are also inferior. So that is what we have to understand.
That's right. Thank you so much, Pastor. No one is inferior and no one is superior. We are all working towards a common goal.
Exactly.
As husband and wife.
Exactly, that is how it is.
Yes. So my duty is to submit under the authority of my husband. And from the explanation of Pastor, it is not by force. As he said, willingly and voluntarily, you submit to your own husband. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily mean, because someone was asking this question that the lady called from, I think, the US, or he said she's working with the husband. She works and the husband also works. And by the end of the month, the husband said, I am the head of the family. So you have to just give me all the money that you have worked for. I am a man in this house. And when I speak, it's final. So all that you have to do is submit to whatever I tells you to do. So the woman is asking, is it how it's supposed to be? The meaning of the submission means that everything that you get, it belongs to your husband. You take instructions from him because he is the head of the family.
That is not what Jesus or God means in that sense. You see, one thing we should understand is that the wife is not a maid.
Okay.
Number one. The wife is not an employee.
Okay, men, are you there?
The wife is not a child, and she is not to be abused in the name of submission. Let them understand.
Wow. Pastor, I just want you to throw more light on the last sentence that you made. Wives are not made.
They are not made. They are not your employee, men.
They are not your employees.
They are not your children or one of your child. And therefore should not be abused in the name of submission.
Men, we shouldn't abuse your husband, your wives, in the name of submission. Because there is a saying, submit, means whatever you say is final. It is not that. They are not your mates that you instructed. Hey, do this, go, come, sit. Or your child that you can control. If you love, these things doesn't come in. Okay, so now we have understanding of submission. Let's move to love.
Yeah, let me continue here. What
Okay,
you said
you want
about
okay.
your friend's case.
Okay.
You see, the wife must freely share her ideas and opinions with the husband, and must not simply agree with everything her husband says. That is what they should understand.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that he should understand he should submit to everything that the husband says. According to her conscience. You see, it's Acts chapter 4, verses 19. It is better we believe God than to men.
Okay.
It is there. I'll quote that quotation for you to read.
Okay.
So,
but I think Apostle Peter said something that in all things,
yeah,
we should submit.
you come. You see, but when you go back to 5:22-27,
okay,
Ephesians.
Ephesians.
Says, as Christ, let me open the Bible, and then we can go there, please.
Today we are a bit solely in the Bible because Pastor is
so I want
here
you to understand this
with
meaning,
us.
the real submission in marriage. You see, submission doesn't mean your wife is an inferior. He's also a co-pilot.
A co-pilot.
We have the same flight plan. So this means you have to share her ideas and opinions with you. She should not agree with whatever you tell her.
Okay.
That is what we men have to keep in mind. So you should not use our authority to abuse any woman.
Okay, we are waiting for Pastor. We want to read some scriptures attached to this to see that
Ephesians chapter 5.
Ephesians chapter 5. Okay.
Let's go here. 5:26. Let me open 5:26 or 22. Let's go to 26 something. I want to share the idea with you. Let me see.
Okay. So Pastor is
speaking for
as I'm opening
Ephesians 5:22. She wants to reply the lady who asked a question of her husband want to take all the money that she brings home because she has to submit. All right.
Yeah. Listen here. 25. He said, husbands, or you can read it for me because if I read it,
Ephesians
5:25. Let's go there and then we see something.
Okay, we read Ephesians chapter 5 verse 25 from New King James Version. Says, husbands, love your wives just as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for her. 26 says that he might sanctify and cleanse her with the washing of water by the word, that he might present her to himself a glorious church, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that she should be holy and without blemish.
Good. Here, this is what Paul wanted to say. He said, the duty of the man is to command.
Okay.
And the duty of the wife is to obey. That one is okay.
Right.
But he proceeded, in order for the husband not to abuse their wife, should manifest the same spirit
Okay.
which the Lord Jesus did towards the church. In other words, the conduct of the Redeemer towards the church
Okay.
as the model for the husband to imitate. That's
Okay.
what you have to understand.
All right.
But he said, yeah, Christ door asɔre no.
Sorry. No.
Subampa wɔde too hɔ de maa asɔre no. Na mpo wɔde ne werɛ too hɔ ekowu maa asɔre no.
Okay.
Saa pɛpɛɛpɛ ɛna mɛɛma ɛwɔm sɛ yɛama yɛ tumi sɛ yɛnni ɛyɛ efie no so.
Okay.
Ampa baabi a leadership ni hɔ no nneɛma ɛnkɔ so ɛwɔm nanso so yɛnsua Christ no ɛyɛ subampa a wɔde too hɔ. Na kyerɛ sɛ ɛnam ɔdɔ a wɔde wɔ ɛma asɔre ne nti no mpo no okoko wu ma ɔde sɛ enipadɔm ne nyinaa eti yɛ mɛɛma no a yɛn nso so yɛsua Christ no saa suban no a na wɔsɛ yɛfa so nti sɛ wɔfa so na sɛ wɔyere akɔyɛ adwuma wakɔyɛ adwuma firi anɔpa akɔpem anwummerɛ da biara wɔɔkɔ wɔba wɔfutire wɔ ne di ebi koraa na onigi baako no watɔ wɔba ya wɔsi fɛ sika no bra wɔsi mi wura sika deɛ ɛwɔ obi wɔsi don't put all say God in Goggisburg ɔba Africa wɔsi don't put all your eggs into one basket.
That's right.
So
This is Jafric Radio.
Ɛdi okay yɛn bi yɛ accounts bi na yɛn fa family deɛ ne ntum na nso mi nya bi ntum ho sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ every blessed day no mi maa hɔ sɛ kɔtɔ wɔ ebire asa wotena ka kyerɛ mu sɛ woyɛ leader nti no wontie di a na kyerɛ sɛ saa ɛyi na yɛ kasa submission wontie ase wɔsi we should imitate Christ.
Okay.
ɛnam ɔdɔ a wɔwɔ ma mfansɛ subampa a wɔde too hɔ ne nti no wɔtie nipa nyinaa asɛm anka nyɛ saa anka yɛbɔ ne nti kɔbɛka so wɔnwu mfa ma yɛn nanso so wɔanhwɛ saa nneɛma no nyinaa ɛne wɔno ade ne nkwadeɛ ato hɔ ɛne wɔwu ama nipa nyinaa nti saa suban no yɛn yɛ leadership no saa conduct no bi na wɔsɛ me ne omienu yɛsua sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a yɛbɛnya nteaseɛ ama yɛ yerenom ne yɛate aseɛ sɛ wɔn mo nyɛ yɛ maid wɔn mo nyɛ yɛ ma ɛna nyɛ nneɛma nyinaa yɛbɛka nyinaa no na wɔsɛ wɔda yi wɔn nso so etie ɛna nyɛ yɛ adwene sɛ the fact sɛ woyɛ leader no kyerɛ sɛ wonim management kyɛ wo biara. For example, let me tell you something ebia menim obi na sɛbesɛbe tafrakyɛ I'm not saying ɛyi ɛna wɔn kɔɔ sukuu da ɛna wɔn hunu sɛ awura bi wɔpɛ no ɛna wɔasi na siwa ɛna ɔbɛyi akɔ sukuu akɔ wie economics wɔbu ne graduate yi nti the fact sɛ woyɛ leader na wɔn respect you sɛ ne kuro no do you want to tell me sɛ wonim economics kyɛn sɛ nipa na ɔwɔ saa nimdeɛ no.
Never.
It is what the idea, but don't sit down and tell yourself, say, I'm a leader until you know everything. You don't know everything. It is what Tia said, Subana, Christ, they told Homayeno, Yansu Yan Shiabi, the Yanti Wabana say, they yan share ideas together, and no and the dear some G, Emma, Edibaba, our
I think good leaders listen.
Yes.
Those leaders are the most wonderful and powerful leaders.
Exactly.
Yes, because you lead. Sometimes you might not know what is happening at the background.
Exactly.
But the people at the background knows best. So if you give them free rule to operate, your leadership will be effective. But if you try and suppress them because you are a leader, there are certain information you will not get. And it will make your leadership ineffective. Yes. So I think men should understand the meaning of leadership.
Yeah.
As you said, Christ gave himself up because he is a leader. He submitted even to the church.
Yeah.
By giving himself up so that he can present the church to God without stains and blemish.
Exactly.
So that is what.
Let me add this one, for example. Every listener you are, let's put it in this way. You have a husband. The Bible says she's the leader.
Okay.
And the woman has to submit. And this husband is a drunkard. Anytime you give the money, you just go out and use the money. And then use it for drinks and waste the money.
Okay.
And do you think it is necessary for the woman to submit to such a man? Acts chapter 4 verses 19, he said, it is better to listen to God than to listen to man. It is allowed. So if your husband is a drunkard, if your husband is misusing your money, please don't give the money to her. Don't to him, and don't listen everything he tells you.
But how about if that one not giving the money to the man will create tension and problem in the house?
Yeah, that is why I said you have to sit down and share your opinion. You have to come into agreement. Okay, I know you need money, I also need money. We need money to finance the house or the home. So this is what we have to do. Sit down with the lady, come into an agreement, bring peace at home. Because we have to imitate Christ.
That's right.
So okay, this is what we do. You earn, let's say, 200,000 a year. Every month, I will use 50,000 for the household, take 50,000, and then let us keep 50,000 for the children.
Okay.
To bring peace. He's not a maid. He has the right to share her opinions with you.
Wow. So communication aspect is very important.
Very, very, very important.
Sit your husband down, or the family sit and deliberate on issues, things that will help you. It doesn't necessarily mean that when you work, just bring all
bring the money, then you bring the money
to your husband, who might waste the money. The two has to sit down and plan.
Yeah. That's
what you're going to do with your money. I think we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
About planning the financial issues in our marriages. I think we spoke about it by how the family. It is important for the family to have the family savings. For that's everyone should contribute to it. So I know that one is the very best way to solve this issue. You have to sit your husband down, talk to him, let him know your intentions and how you feel about what is happening. Don't just sit down and say, because they said I should submit to, so whatever he says, whether it is good or whether it is bad, I am a husband, so I have to submit. If you do that, you are putting your husband into trouble.
You can read. It says, give Acts chapter 4 verses 19. If the husband interferes and abuses your rights, you see, the wife is bound to obey God rather than man. Acts chapter 4 verses 19.
Wow.
It is there.
So, Pastor, let's move from a little bit from Christian perspective of submission.
Okay.
Maybe someone has come to Pastor, but the person is not a Christian.
Okay.
Yeah. And she has married and don't understand the real meaning of submission. For us, we know that the Bible has spoken about it. So we have to obey, as Bible is saying. But the person is not a Christian. So whether the Bible says submit or love, it doesn't matter to her. If such person come to you and want the understanding and the meaning of submission in her perspective, what advice would you give?
Yeah, the advice I will give is almost the same when you take out the Bible quotation from it.
Okay.
You see, it also happened in Japan. According to the history in Japan, men were the head, as the Bible is telling, even though they are not Christians. So according to the emperor, when the women gives their money to the husband, they use it for karaoke and drinks and many other things. Pachinko and other things. And all the time, the children and the wives or the wife suffered.
Oh, okay.
So the emperor came out with a decision and made it a law that from today, every salary from the husband goes to the wife to take control of all the family
home.
affairs.
Wow.
And it is working. So submission is similar to whether you are a Christian or not.
Oh, okay.
You see, if you have an honest husband, it doesn't matter you giving all your money to him. Because whatever you need, he will just tell, oh, the money is here, this is the account number, this, no, you know. That's why sometimes I cited an example of bamboo, the controversy. You see, you are there, you are in the system, you are in the marriage. So I'm not saying it applies to everyone. But there are some honest people. And if you feel your husband is honest, there is no need to hide anything from him.
Exactly.
And so men are easily to talk to, but others are very, 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 very difficult and hard. In this case, if you are not a Christian, submission doesn't mean you have to obey whatever your husband is telling you. You see, there are some people who will excuse me to say, I don't feel like doing it. Instead of the natural intercourse, he will just tell the woman, I need the opposite side. Yeah, because I am a man. This doesn't mean you have to submit to such a thing. It goes against your conscience. So submission doesn't mean you have to submit yourself to whatever them. No, that is not what the Bible is saying. That is why the Bible is telling that we have to imitate Christ.
Okay. So Pastor is speaking about men who do anal sex with their wives.
Yeah. You see, and
if the woman is not happy about it.
The woman doesn't like it.
Yeah.
But according to what the brain, they have set the brain to a mindset, you see, that we have to submit to your husband means whatever the husband is, whether you like it or no, that is not what the Bible or the law of gravity means. It doesn't mean like that. Not
wow, some men are so egoistic that whenever I've witnessed some cases that Obadie, I didn't know Beme Kasa also kebi. Means when husbands are talking or giving out their opinions, women should be silent, not talking, because you are a woman. Man is the head of the family. And it's going on, especially back home in Ghana. I don't know now if things are changing, but as far as I know, there was some men are so strong in this that as soon as they marry you, you become like their slave, because you have to submit in any way. And you will not get, the family members to support you because you are a woman. So whatever your husband says, do it. So for example, if your husband enjoy having sex through your back and you don't want it, you see the health implications that you don't want to do, and your husband is forcing you to submit.
That's what I told you. It is better to divorce, and it is allowed. Yes, truly.
That is bringing the divorce.
Yeah. In this case, then you have to call it quit. What you challenge them, so man. Because when we are winning the Ubenya.
I see. But some will tell you having anal sex will not kill you.
But it goes according to your conscience. You see.
Exactly. As for that one,
your spirit doesn't like it. Why should you? Because of submission.
Wow.
So you have to tell the people the truth, because that is their mindset. They've been brainwashed that because you are a human, you have to, submit to whatever your husband
carry everything.
No, that is
comes.
Why they have to tune their radio to home sweet home programs like this. Through this education, you see, we can change people's mindsets.
But I think, coming back to the question I asked first, for peace sake in the home, certain decisions that men take that you know that it is not good or it is not in line with your marital values, for sometimes for peace to give way? Is it necessary to submit?
Well, I believe, I'm a pastor, I believe in prayer. And prayer can change everything. But not everybody is a Christian. You see, first, you sit down with your husband and talk. That is communication number one. Tell him, my man, this is what you are doing to me. I don't like it. If it continues, you will never see me anymore. You begin to pray about it, to change it. You talk about it. If necessary, you can bring in a third person to the marriage to talk. You have to do something. Don't just sit down and say for the peace. No. If you do that, you kill yourself. Don't allow that. For me, I don't want people to kill my spirit.
Okay.
So if your husband is doing something like as I'm telling you,
Okay.
don't sit down and tell yourself for the sake of peace. Talk, pray, fast. And if you try everything and it doesn't work, then the decision is in your hands.
Yeah. But there are some instances that pains me so very much that I think we have a call from 2 or 3 people that says, you said we should pray over certain issues that we are not happy. We've been talking about it and it's not working. And we have prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed. Still, the situation is still the same. I mean, the advice, to my opinion, I would say patience. That's where we should allow patience to come in, especially when you've prayed and still you did not get the results. Just ask God. But there are some situations that you cannot change. I think Deaconess Naomi has said it before, that those things that you can change, you pray for help, or you do your best to make change happen. But there are situations that it can never change. For example, let me give a typical example that maybe when I was about to marry, I wanted the man who is tall, slim, yes. And then you happens to marry someone who is not tall and slim, but you check the character-wise, and you know that some of the things you have something in common, and you marry the person. And just after marriage, you want your husband to be tall and slim. It will not happen. You cannot change.
For that one.
As for that one, no. You cannot change anything about it. So as for those things, you have to have patience and, deal with it. Yeah, but some characters or some behaviors that happens, if you think that you have prayed, for example, if your husband is a drunkard and you have advised him, you have done everything that that's necessary, but yet the man is still drinking. The other time we bring up this same question, and Mama Naomi was saying that we have to also check why the man is still drinking. Maybe there are certain things that's going on that he's not happy, so it ended the man in taking alcohol. But if there is nothing like that and the man is still drinking, you've been praying, but there is no answer. To my advice, I would say continue to pray and have patience and ask for peace of God within you. I know one mother that the husband was so much into drinking. She has been praying and praying over the years. And when the man got drunk, it's a different thing altogether. He started abusing her and those kind of. But God did miracle someday that the man fell sick he went to the hospital and the doctor told him that if he doesn't stop drinking, he will not last for 2 years. And that fear,
This is Jafric Radio.
made the man stop drinking. And now when you see them, they are happily married. So for instance, if before then the woman have divorced the man and go, it doesn't help. So sometimes patience also count when things are happening and you are not happy. Especially those of you who called us and say this, that you've been praying and praying and praying and there is no answer. So you don't know what to do. You just want to quit the marriage and just go your way. Pray for inner peace of God to deal with the situation at hand, and pray for patience. Yeah. So if Pastor want to add anything to it.
Yeah, for that, so in that case, you can also take your husband to hospital, like as you. That was what I wanted to add. My brother-in-law is a doctor.
Okay.
Sometimes they need some therapy. Sometimes from the doctor or the medical. So if your husband is also a drunkard, praying and doing your best, if it doesn't work, patience is also necessary.
That's right.
And you can try another steps. Can they take him to hospital for them to check what is going wrong? Sometimes, like as Mama Naomi had already said, there might be some cause.
There might be some cause.
Yeah, there might be some cause. So you are a human, you know. So you can just call him, sit down with him, sometimes to a McDonald's restaurant or something like that. You pay and then tell me what is going wrong. Let me know. There might be something hidden that causes your man or your husband to become a drunkard.
That's right.
So when you find out, then you can solve the problem. So when you pray, my advice is that ask the Lord to reveal the exact cause of the problem to you. Without that, in fact, it is very hard to solve that problem.
That's right.
So those who have been praying for a very long time,
Yes.
when you pray, ask your Lord that, Father, I have prayed for a very long time. Please reveal to me what is going wrong with my man. And God is so merciful. He will do it to you. He will reveal himself to you like he did to Daniel.
Yeah. Same thing applies to men also. There are some women who are also very drug addicts. Women, drunkard. This thing there, it will be very difficult to, if you are a woman and you can beat your wife
not only, we are
and your
not
husband.
We are not saying that for only men. I know my friends.
Wow.
I know.
Then their women might be giants.
Many.
Hey.
Many.
And
yes, it's true.
wow.
True. This is a true story. Now we are not here to mention him.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe he's listening to me.
But if the person is in Japan, he shouldn't worry, because in Japan here, women are supposed to keep the family money.
That is applied to the Japanese people. But when you travel with your mom from Ghana to here, in fact. And then
are you sure? Is that why you go to Rome? Do you as a Roman?
I know. But
so once we submit to the laws of this land, it means that everything is included, right?
The husband is submitting to the woman.
Oh, but it's vice versa.
If the wife was very honest there, it can be better. But in fact, he did everything, take away everything, and when they went home, the wife took everything and left the man penniless. He stayed here for more than 20-something years. He was left penniless. That is a true story.
Wow.
True story.
For the first time I heard that.
That is a true.
A woman has done this to her husband.
They were here in Japan.
Always it's this.
They were here
side.
in Japan. Took away everything from the man, and the man became penniless.
Wow!
But God so good. Somebody helped the man, and is now in United States of America.
Oh wow!
But
Wow!
The woman is dead.
Look at this.
They stayed here for about 25 years.
Look at this.
And everything was taken away.
After she took everything for herself,
everything.
She is no more in this land. And so, what profit a man if you gain a whole world and loses your soul? Don't forget that we are talking about submission and love. So quickly we will go to the love aspect. Now we understand what submission means. Is voluntarily and willingly submit under the authority of your husband. So if the women do their best to submit to our husbands, they must also love us.
Please add it. And this does not mean they have to agree whatever the husband tells them. Because Acts chapter 4 verses 19, if it goes against your conscience, it is better to obey God than to man. Add it from Pastor Adujan.
Pastor has already added, so you
I want you to add it.
Pastor said not all the things that you need to submit.
No.
Because there are certain things against your values.
Yes.
And against your cultural values. One of the examples that he gave is having anal sex when your husband is demanding that.
This is Jafric Radio.
And you know this, our generation now, things are changing. At first, all that we know is that oberimane dastro or mamene dafom. But nowadays things are changing, Papa. Every side is working. So maybe
this shows that the end is near.
Yeah.
Because the Bible has already predicted that when we are seeing Messiah, all these things will show up. This will be the sign that the end is near.
The end is near.
That is all what I can say about it. Because but why should a human being do it? I don't know what's so
wow, so not all the things that women should submit.
Exactly.
There are certain things we can also even cancel our husbands, that if they make such demands, that we know that it is not going to help them. And you, as a woman, we need to sit down and have a dialogue with our husbands, things that we think it will not help in the marriage. Wow. Okay, Pastor, let's move to love.
Okay.
Love. We've said a lot about love. Love is patient, love is kind, is gentle. It does not envy, it does not boast. Yes. And as we read the Ephesians that we read, said husbands should love their wives as Christ loved the church by giving himself up. So do we see such love nowadays in our marriages, that men are giving all? They are giving all to their wives without any reservation.
Well, very nice question, but let's say some men, not all. There are some men who are giving them all to the women, but not all. I can say there are some who are doing their best to give them all to their women. It is there.
Wow. Some men are giving
Give
out
them all.
all.
Yeah. They are giving their all to their wives. It is there.
But what I heard is that it is difficult for men to love so deeply. That's why God is telling men to love their wives, because it's not easy. It's not easy for men to give out as Christ gave to the church.
Yeah, you see, to my understanding is that, you see, in our culture, it is back home, you see, men were allowed to marry 2 wives, 3 wives, and 4 wives, and 10 wives because of their, let's say, cocoa plantation and other things. With this one, you cannot say you have given your all, because you have divided your love to different 10 wives, you see. But there are some dedicated men who has given them all. They've married their wife. They have sort of better for worse, whatever it is. Last week, I was watching a video which someone sent to me. Bafaya, worry Obaibia, Wonini Diasa. In fact, it was very pow. Somebody posted it to me. No Bayania JS Sawa, sorry, Dinyamia Sinem Kufu Dinechi, Nabeme Nam Butu Formna, who feel Hokreban. You cannot tell me, say, we'll give you all. It is a be a wona wunya be an answer winshia. Man, your wife say, it be ni hosa, it be hopa, it be hopa, wona wunya shebi. But my understanding now, it is very hard to love, no. Let's see, say, papa no, omu worry inum insia, papa or worry 5. 30 I say. 85, you cannot tell me, say, me papa, I given all to my mother. Because we're divided into 5. Into 5. She's not giving them all. But these days, if you hopa, I just say, well, warrior wouldn't say, ne yiri, ne bush, ne yiri ni bibia. I just say, woman for the beer in she on. It is there. The facts that we share, you know, and your wife didn't say, it be in your. It is all the NNTSA, and Untina. Yeah, bring such a program. Say more now, Bahana, yeah, educate him. Gradually, then you begin to learn how to manage your home. Now, a your sweet home. It is said, yeah, man.
Oh, wow. So, if men, in fact, we have a few minutes to go. Yeah, if men give out their love, their total love, unconditional. Why is it that there is so much infidelity in our marriages, in the side of men?
Yeah,
men cheating their wives.
I mean, I said, not all. And there are some women they're also cheating their husbands. And everything, well, see, there is no smoke without fire. So what I say, today we are not discussing about cheating, but I am a man. I have to be frankly speaking to everyone to hear. The reason why some men run away from home and chase or cheat their husband, the women should ask themselves.
Okay.
Number 1 is sex. You see, women will tell you, especially women in overseas. Say, a juma ba my bread, na wapiti beman. There are some men who for the first time, what they are doing is trimua, and one to take it out, it may take a very long time. It mission is it be no back at okay, many will never be mukra. To a quabontino kunyu beer. Now I start. I walk and I'll drive with the Panama and the carbon.
Wow.
Yeah, that is true. I'm a man. I have to be frank.
So, what advice are we giving to our women?
Yeah. The women.
That even if you, is it that even if you are tired, truly tired?
What say? Love is not selfish. That's what we. Selfish. It doesn't think of your own.
Okay.
It is the fact that what branding man abre. ɛno na ɛyɛ opening Kojo Chireka say what is saying say ɛwɔ adwuma brenko ɛne ɛwɔ we suso brenko it is wakɔ adwuma bra no de dan nkyɛn ɛna we suso de no so wɔ sɛ dan nkyɛn it don't think of yourself na ka just okay in fact minim say the weekend ma odi mame ma ba akopɛ na ba ko manto ɛsɛ de come dia ne de ɔme wo suso ba wo ne na yɛ ntɔkwa wo betumi abo saa ma ne ma nyina ayɛ basa because of your selfishness. Also, so Christian, wakacha so love is not selfish. And yes, selfish, also by also abre. Now abre na be me kwabontia, then you blame him. And you blame yourself. Nti ma catch the woman tiasi.
Women. This thing, I think it's not negotiable, right?
Not negotiable.
I think if you are tired, it's not negotiable. That tiredness is different from the other.
It's half a paper.
So those women who are chasing their husbands out by refusing them sex,
tell them.
It also causes a lot of infidelity in our homes, because it means that you are telling the husband that you are not ready. And there are many slave queens outside who are very ready to do the job that you don't want to do. So if you don't want your husband to engage himself with slave queen or cheat on you, please perform your responsibility well as a woman, especially in terms of sex. Let's do our best. If we want our husbands to love us, we must also show them love. And especially the way we talk to them. When men are coming for sex, you could see how humble they are, how humble they come. So if you just talk to them anyhow, I mean, it will not help. So even if you are so tired, that truly tired, that you can talk to, pastor says it's not negotiable, but you can still talk to the man. If he agrees, then fine. If he doesn't, then you don't have a choice than to, give into your husband what he wants. Yes, so women, we have a big job. If we want our husbands to love us so much as we want, we need to also perform our duties as women. We shouldn't chase them away. Some women are also, excuse my language, very dirty. They just leave their homes untidy and everything become bazaar in the house. And men doesn't want that. So, if you want to enjoy your marriage, you want love from your husband, certain things must be done properly. Yes. If we ignore all these things, we will still complaining of our husband not loving us. So before we stretch out our hands and tell our husband, you don't love, we should see that the fault is on us. So we must ask ourselves, what is happening? What is happening? Yes, we have a few minutes to go because today we were far behind time. And some messages has come and I want to read to you. Oh, okay. Dora Ennis said, you don't need to do so. I don't know what made her wrote this. And Jennifer wrote Ephesians chapter 5 verses 20. Ephesians 5:20. Oh, Sister Jennifer, how are you? Ephesians chapter 5. So we will check Ephesians chapter 5 and see what is written there. Chapter 5:20. What is written there? Ephesians 5:20. Giving thanks for all things to God the Father in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. So he said, everything, what happens, we should give thanks to God the Father. So give thanks. Give thanks to the Lord. Sister Jennifer, thank you so very much. And Dora Enin said, great and educative. Some of us really need to take your teachings and apply in our lives.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Madam Dora Enin. And Madam Dora Enin is asking, what of we, the women, if we need it? And he's saying, no, I am not ready. So the question has come. If you need your husband, and the husband says, no, I am not ready for you today. I am so tired. I am not ready. I don't feel it. What would you do, Pastor? Do you have to force your husband?
Yeah. I have, my wife has a friend. So my your friend of Mama. I said, because she a rape no.
Some men must go undergo rape.
China was a focus who she had. Was a question about catching a rape.
To say you have abused the brother. This is sexually abused.
I didn't say, oh, I didn't catch it. Say, so I knew that I'll be back.
Mr. Memao. Okay. Give and take.
Communication.
Communication.
Don't know why. Tim be an onion topper. Say, be my ways or no one saying, but you not trust it. Catch and say, so to me, giant sanoma. The catchers in the all out. So there are so many ways, over to me. At the assistant in Nipa, that's right. Nipa adwin. Because I not make can book be not a colleague no yeah. Stop on papa. Ufi. The papa in BB no say anytime biana over your papa. Or tray be the tarry down. Fat BB Tariso. Or the Tariso I made to BB. The time be a clan go ha or pursue a papa bano it's papa. And then quick. Oh yes, I'm a clan where pastor.
Wow.
You see, there are so many in the also because we are collaborating. Papa class will say no. There are so many ways to kill a cat.
Kill a cat.
It means say what talk what we are there on fire. It about the enemy. That is everything applies to say knowledge, wisdom, and your media man. He's your husband. So what I say, what try means be also remember so yeah dear about opening the baby being here. So what I say, it would be okay. We so betting a giant animal, the catch was a match. What's a day? On Sunday, no dream, no child, or some cultural. There are so many ways. Now the old come back and say prayer and cannot change everything.
Patience,
patient prayer and action.
Yes, action.
If you don't sit and say my praise, do action. And the money goes for truly. I must be frank.
Exactly.
So what you say now? You Obama say that's what Quabantino go for Banas if you Cotija Bemanichi. There are a lot of things that this woman you need education. Say my cabri to know a shenika, no a sasha pants, or a saco, what some water down. Who got to be safe and some no bay and tocano and yard.
Some women would even go ahead and say,
what's okay, I didn't need it anymore. When you're tuning again now, one in the Daho pan, who say your baby maybe no one in the Daho. If you were Subai, you must some Subai man. Today now be today that women change your attitude because there are certain things men doesn't need them. Sister Gloria, Sister Gloria, thank you so much for your message. She said men cannot give what they don't have. Meaning, men love by showing respect to their wives. Men love by showing respect to their wives. They cannot give what they don't have. So what they have, they give. So if you want your husband to respect you, please, you have a homework to do. If you want your husband to love you, that agape love, unconditionally, there are certain things we must do as women.
We are their helpers, their helpmates. So we must do our best to make it easier for men to also love us. All right. So I think we will end here. And before we go, we have a little announcement to give. Jafric Radio, we are 1 year now. Jafric Radio is 1 year now. And Jafric Radio is offering a 1 month free promotion of all African goods and services. So, hooray to Africans in Japan here. If you have a company and you want to do adverts or you want to promote your goods and services, come to Jafric Radio. We have 1 month free promotion for you. We will advertise freely for you with a whole month. A whole month. So please don't hesitate to contact Jafric Radio on 070-4231-9331. Contact Jafric Radio and we will help promote your goods for you. And we have this company. It's a cake company, cake and pastries, called Zoe Cakes and Pastries. Their nature of business is bakery. It's at Yokohama. So those of you who are in Japan, in fact, if you taste Zoe Cakes and Pastries, you can see that there are differences. Okay? You will never regret you did. So contact Zoe Cakes and Pastries on 080-1146-4399. I repeat the number again, 080-1146-4399 or 090-9978-0594. 090-9978-0594. You can get them on email at cakesunpastries 580 at yahoo.com. Email cakesunpastries 580 at yahoo.com. And hey, all the women, we have good news for you. Mama Vida Saloon. Mama Vida Saloon. She has a hair salon at Toda Coin. So if you want to look good and neat, please contact Mama Vida at 090-8301-1149. 090-8301-1149. Sorry. Mama Vida will make your hair for you and you will look so much beautiful. And we have Hipster Clothes. Hipster Clothes is a hip hop clothing. So if you are in Japan here and you want the hip hop style of clothes, don't hesitate to contact Hipster Clothes. They are at Ueno Okachimachi. Okachimachi Ueno. Okay, contact them on this telephone number 090-8516-5664. 090-8516-5664. Hipster Clothing. If you need hip hop, please go there. And then we have Joe's Clothing. Oh, wow. So they want us to look so beautiful and gorgeous. So if you want to look good, look beautiful, contact Joe's Clothing. Import wares and accessories. This is what they do. Clothes and accessories. So if you want to look good, if you want to look African, please contact Joe's Clothing and Accessories. They are at Ueno Okachimachi. Wow, Ueno Okachimachi. On this telephone number 03 6806 0554 03 6806 0554 or 080 4672 8542 080 4672 8542. If you can call manager, the manager's name is Joseph. So Mr. Joseph is there waiting for your call if you need clothing and accessories. Okay, so we thank all of you for making time for Jafric Radio Home Sweet Home program. And we want to thank Pastor Edu Jemfi. Pastor is really very supportive to this program. He's been there all the time for us. Pastor, Jafric Radio and our team, we are celebrating 1 year, and we want to thank you for your massive support given to this radio station. We thank Mama Naomi. She's not here with us, but in fact, she has been a blessing to this program. And Elder Ajimai, all the people that we start with, Mr. Kweku Edu, Mr. Mr. POD. Yes, they have been contributed much to this program, and we want to acknowledge you that we are so much grateful to you for this program. And all the viewers and listeners, those who write their messages, call us for their problems, and we bless God that most of the problems has been solved through this program. And we thank all of you for giving us your trust that we can help in that regard. We thank you so very much. And we thank Mr. Clemsy, the only one inspector in this room. In fact, we are blessed. We have Oposini in our midst. Yes, he is the DJ for this program. And we have the producer, Mr. Kobe, and the executive producer, Mr. P.O.P. Popcorn. You can call him Nana Yao Pop.
This is Jafric Radio.
Not pop too much, but that one is P.O.P. P.O.P. Yes. So my name is Abena Poma Pokufuku. You can call me Dickness Poma. Okay, so until we meet again next week, we say Sayonara.
Anybody way won't fight you, men and come they already know. I'll be right beside you, like the wall of Jericho. They don't know what's going on. Monagiso, my baby boo. I'll be a soldier for you. I'm getting better in Kung Fu. You should know I got it, and you don't need to guide me too. I'll be right beside you in anything that you do. If you ever need saving, I will be running to you, running to you. I'll be running to you, running.